There's a particular kind of emptiness that arrives unannounced. It settles in your chest like fog. You wake up and wonder what the point is. Not dramatically, just quietly, persistently wondering. Viktor Frankl knew this emptiness intimately. He was a psychiatrist before the camps. He studied the human mind, tried to understand suffering. Then he experienced suffering beyond comprehension. In the concentration camps, he noticed something strange. Some prisoners collapsed quickly under the horror. Others, sometimes the physically strongest, gave up first. Yet some fragile souls endured. What separated them wasn't physical strength. It wasn't optimism or denial. It was something more fundamental. Those who survived had a reason, a why that pulled them forward. Frankl remembered a manuscript he'd hidden in his coat lining. His life's work. When they took his coat, they took his purpose. Or so he thought. Then something shifted. He realized the manuscript lived in his mind. He could recreate it. He had to survive to rewrite it. Suddenly, suffering had direction. Pain had a task embedded within it. This is what Frankl later called logotherapy, the therapy of meaning. He discovered we don't primarily seek pleasure or power. We seek meaning. Meaning makes suffering bearable. Think about your own life for a moment. The hardest things you've endured, weren't they easier when they meant something? When they led somewhere? When someone needed you to endure? Frankl said suffering ceases to be suffering the moment it finds meaning. Not that it stops hurting, but the hurt transforms. It becomes part of a story that matters. In the camps, he would imagine himself after liberation, standing in a warm lecture hall, teaching about the psychology of concentration camps, his suffering becoming his curriculum. This wasn't positive thinking. It was something deeper. He wasn't denying the horror. He was finding a task within it, a responsibility that only he could fulfill. You can take everything from a person, Frankl realized, their clothes, their food, their family, but one thing remains, the freedom to choose their attitude, their response. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our power, the power to choose, and in that choice lies our growth and our freedom. Most of us never think about this space. We react automatically. Something happens, we respond. Stimulus, response, like a machine, but we're not machines. The space between what happens to you and how you respond, that's where meaning lives. That's where you become human, not in avoiding suffering, but in choosing what it means. Frankl watched a woman dying in the camp. She was young, had weeks to live. She told him she was grateful. Grateful? Yes, because suffering opened her eyes. Before this, she'd been spoiled, she said, never saw beauty. Now she saw it everywhere. In the tree outside her window. In the way light fell. Suffering had taught her to see. This is the paradox Frankl discovered. Suffering can destroy us, or it can reveal what we're capable of. It can close us or crack us open. The suffering itself doesn't decide. We decide, not consciously always, but through the meaning we assign. Do we suffer for nothing, or does our pain serve something larger than ourselves? Maybe you're suffering right now. Maybe you've lost something, someone. Maybe life feels pointless. Maybe you're just tired of trying. I understand that feeling. Frankl would ask you, what is life asking of you right now? Not what you want from life. What does life want from you? What task awaits you? Maybe it's raising a child who needs you. Maybe it's creating something only you can create. Maybe it's simply witnessing, being present for what's unfolding. That's enough. Meaning doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't require an audience. Frankl found meaning in rewriting a manuscript only he cared about, in imagining a lecture no one knew he'd give. The point isn't to be seen. The point is to see clearly, to recognize what's yours to carry, what's yours to contribute, what's yours to endure with dignity. When you can't change circumstances, you're challenged to change yourself. Not to become someone else, but to become who you're capable of being, through this, because of this. Frankl said there are 3 ways to find meaning: through creating work, through experiencing love or beauty, or through the attitude we take toward unavoidable suffering. The third way is available to everyone, always. No matter what's been taken, no matter what's broken, you can still choose the attitude you bring to this moment. This isn't about forcing positivity. It's about finding what this specific suffering is asking you to become, what strength it's calling forth, what truth it's revealing about what matters. Suffering that has meaning leaves a person changed but not destroyed. It becomes part of their depth, their compassion, their understanding of what it means to be human. So when darkness comes, and it comes for everyone, ask not why this is happening. Ask what this is asking of you. In that question, meaning waits, and with meaning, you can endure anything.